I've just got back from work and all I want to do is read. Like, I have kind of just gone a bit crazy over the past, I don't know, month. My bank account does not love me because I have bought so many books. Oh god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think I've got 19 books to show you. Well, I've got 20 books to show you, but I didn't buy one of them. Well done, Coco. Wow. Borrowing a book. If you like books just like me, then hopefully you can get some ideas, or maybe just satisfy your book buying urges through me so that you can save money. I'm going to start with the books that I've already read but I've bought recently. Okay, so I think in my last reading vlog I said I was going to read this book next, which I did, and I really did enjoy this. And this is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro, a very, very popular book right now. If you want to see my full reviews, then you can go over to my Goodreads account and see them there, just because I'm really bad at speaking about books. So I will probably put you off the book because I'm really inarticulate. Liked this book a lot. Also, gorgeous cover, don't you think? So yes, book number 1. Okay, next, The Midnight Library by Haig. You will see a bit of a trend in all the books that I've bought. They're all popular of the moment books because I feel like I'm always behind on the trends. But I got this whilst I was going grocery shopping. But you know what? They're actually cheaper in the supermarket than in a bookshop. £4.50 instead of £9. I loved this book. I did cry. It just touched me a lot, made me feel really good about the path that I'm on in my life. If you're feeling confused about your life, this book's great. So that is book number 2. Number 3, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Super popular book. You're probably thinking, Coco, how has it taken you this long to read it? No. But yes, I really enjoyed this. It's kind of laid out as an interview and I can't wait to read Malibu Rising. Great book. Okay, which one's next? Paper Girls. Wow. It's written by Brian K. Vaughan and the artist is Cliff Chiang. This is a graphic novel. The only graphic novels that I've read before are the Heartstopper series. I am patiently waiting for book number 5 in that. But whilst I wait, I thought I would start the Paper Girls series because the illustrations are gorgeous. Lovely, lovely artwork in here. It is like an alien story, which I don't usually love, but because it's short and it's just pictures, like, I quite enjoyed it, and I will definitely be getting the rest of the series. And the last book that I bought that I have already read is Beautiful World, Where Are You? By Sally Rooney. This is Sally Rooney's most recent book. She wrote Normal People and Conversations with Friends. If you don't know, I am a massive fan of Normal People and I also really enjoyed Conversation with Friends, and I can't wait for the TV show to come out because they filmed literally right in front of where I work. They filmed in my favourite bookshop and they also filmed in this really cute cafe that I love. So I think it's going to be really fun to see places that I've been in the TV show. But yes, I literally finished this morning. I skipped breakfast to read it. Mixed feelings. This definitely wasn't as good as the first 2 books, and I think Sally knows that. Let me know if you've read this and what your thoughts are. Mixed emotions for me. Now I'm going to show you the book that I am currently reading. I got this book in a charity shop for, I don't know, £2 maybe. It is Beach Read by Emily Henry. It says 2 writers, 1 holiday, a rom-com waiting to happen. I started reading this because the other book that I'm going to show you is much heavier, both in weight and mentally, so I needed something fun to break it up with, and this is what I chose. I'm enjoying it so far. Now for the second book that I'm currently reading, it is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. As you can see, she's hefty. I read The Secret History by Donna Tartt, loved it, and again I saw this in a charity shop and I bought this for £2. £2! A really great find. It's very intense. The Goldfinch. Speaking of charity shops, I might as well just show you the ones I literally just bought on my way home. I did tell myself I wasn't going to buy any more books, but I just can't stop. I can't stop. Especially with the charity shops, because the books are just so cheap. So the next book that I bought in a charity shop was The Time Traveler's Wife. This was a very popular book in 2005. She's an older book, but I have seen on Netflix the movie, and I keep having to stop myself from watching it because I always like to read the book first. And I just saw this in a charity shop and I was like, get it, Coco, read it and then you can watch the film. What I know about this is that the man is literally a time traveler, goes and sees his wife at different stages of her life. So it's kind of a bit weird that like he's seeing her when she's a child.
A child? No.
But isn't like married to her in the future. But I've heard it's great. And then the next book that I got today was Milkman. This is a Man Booker Prize shortlisted book in 2018. I've heard mixed reviews. To be honest, I know nothing about it apart from that it is critically acclaimed. This one's a bit of a mystery to me. It's beautiful though, isn't it? A lovely little sunset. The last book that I got from a charity shop is maybe a bit controversial because it is by J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling. Yeah, I bought The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. We do not like J.K. Rowling. She is transphobic. This is one of those moments where I'm like, can I enjoy the art but also hate the artist at the same time? I don't know. But the only reason I bought this is because it was in a charity shop, so the money is not actually going to her. So, you know, that made me feel a little bit better. I do have high hopes for this, but we will see. We will see. That is the last book that I bought in a charity shop. Now I'm going to show you guys books that I'm borrowing from people. To start off, we have An Abundance of Katherines by John Green. John has a bit of a rocky history with me. I either love or hate his books. The Fault in Our Stars, really enjoyed. Looking for Alaska, really enjoyed. Paper Towns, I didn't even finish because it was shockingly bad. I just didn't like it. I don't know how this is gonna go. All I hope is that it's better than Paper Towns. And then the other John Green book is Will Grayson, Will Grayson. It is also co-written by David Luthen. I'm pretty sure this is just about two guys who are called Will Grayson. And then the last book that I am borrowing is Notes on a Nervous Planet by Matt Haig. Like I said earlier, I read The Midnight Library and loved it. So my flatmate Lauren said, you can borrow this, Coco, you'll love this too. Matt Haig's books are pretty much all about trying to live your life happily. They're kind of like self-help books. He's really good at just making you realize that your life is fine as it is. Like, stop worrying, everything will work out, whatever's meant to be will be, like that type of stuff, which I find very reassuring. So I think I'm gonna really enjoy this too. Now onto the books that I bought and spent much too much money on. Yay. Another book that I bought whilst I was grocery shopping, The Marlow Murder Club by Robert Thorogood. I'm pretty sure this is going to be kind of exactly like the Thursday Murder Club. A murder happens, there's a group of people who love true crime and they help solve the murder or something like that. Next book is a modern classic. Wow, Coco reading a classic? Who would have thought?
Not me.
This is a book that I actually heard about on BookTube, and it is 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I don't know anything about this book, and apparently this is incredible, but this will be a bit of a switch of pace for me. I'm excited to read it. Okay, next, this book is the sequel to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It is Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Again, it's another mystery and it's a young adult book, which I love. Pretty sure Laura, my flatmate, has read this too and she loved it, and she doesn't really like mystery books. I'm really excited to read this. The next one is by an Irish author, I'm pretty sure. It is called Exciting Times by Naisha maybe? Naisha Dolan. I'm pretty sure it's a comedy, but again, Love the book cover. Very, very nice graphic design here. On the front it says, a sharp, smart, witty, modern love story. Sounds good to me. Very excited to read this. Next we have Summer by Ali Smith. All I know is that there are 3 other books in this series called Autumn, Winter and Spring, so these will all look really beautiful next to each other when I buy them all. And then lastly is Small Pleasures by Claire Chambers. This is on the Women's Prize for Fiction long list. Something about a virgin birth. Is it a miracle or is it fraud? Not at all what I thought it was going to be about. I think this could be an interesting one. Okay, next up is something that my dad actually bought for me whilst he was over here, and this is the complete trilogy of IQ 84 by Murakami. I really loved Norwegian Wood and I really want to read all of Murakami's books. But yeah, for some reason I thought I would start with, I literally just hit myself. For some reason I thought I would start with this massive book. This next book I've actually already read before, but I read it in 2018 when I was interrailing. And when I went interrailing, I bought books in every country that I went to, but I didn't take the books with me because books are heavy and I was traveling around with a rucksack, so I didn't want to buy 20 books and then have to carry them around with me. So unfortunately I had to leave this book behind. However, the sequel is coming out in October, which I have pre-ordered, so I wanted to reread this to refresh my memory. That is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. Amazing. Such a good book. Even though I've read it before, I want to read it again. I think I cried. I'll probably cry again. Definitely read it before the new one comes out. 2 more books. This is a book that I saw trending on TikTok, and actually I've seen this book on BookTube. I got A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. TikTok made me buy it. Ooh, it says passionate, violent, sexy and daring. I don't love reading books with a huge amount of hype because I'm usually disappointed, but I literally know nothing about this. I don't really have any standard set. And then the last book, oh my god, that again TikTok made me buy, and it is called 6 of Crows. This was in the TikTok section in Waterstones. They actually have one of those now. Again, I think it's a fantasy, which I'm not usually into. I'm excited to fall in love with a series again, because then you know what to read next without even having to think about it. And I love getting attached to characters. This is definitely something that I'm very excited to start. Those are all of the books that I have bought recently, that I have borrowed, that I've got from charity shops, from supermarkets. I am definitely going to read some of these books in this video, but if you want to see my progress on any of the other books, definitely follow my Goodreads account and also my Instagram account, because I always post stories about which books I'm reading. Now I'm going to finish this book. After I've read this book, I'm going to read one of the TikTok books. I just want to know what all the hype is about. Let's get to reading Beach Read.
Your apartment has a glow I can't remember. Try as hard as I can, but nothing comes to mind. Me and Lucas falling over sideways.
Sorry, yes, I am naked underneath my light covers. It was hot last night, but I just finished this book. It was exactly as the title says it was, a beach read. Nothing deeper than that, nothing like super exciting or heartbreaking. I've rated it, I think 3.5 out of 5. I would recommend this book if you've just read something really heavy and you just want a palate cleanser. Personally, I do prefer something a little bit more gritty. I still enjoyed it. It was still fun. That's book number 1 down. The next book that I want to read is Six of Crows. I am going to get changed, have some breakfast, and then get back to reading. Yay!
After all this fits, I would not call it wit, so I bide my time. And after all this fits, tall bad boy hits, and the game was lost. I did not lose that. No, that I won. Too fair. I'm here, but I'm not.
And I've just finished the first part of this book, so it's split up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, and oh my god, I really like it. I haven't read something kind of exciting in a long time. I don't really have anything that I can compare it to. I am a bit confused, like some words that they use, each gang and stuff like that, I don't really know what they are, and apparently all of that is explained in the first book, Shadow and Bone, because this is like a spin-off, it's not re-explained. So yeah, I'm kind of just going along with it, but it doesn't detract from the story. So it turns out I'm the slowest reader ever. My mind is on so many other things, so I have to keep rereading sections. It's not that I'm not enjoying the book, I really am. My mind's just all over the place. I love that the chapters are short and each from like a different character's perspective. It just keeps the book from dragging. My favourite character so far is Jesper or Jesper. So funny, really lightens the mood. And also Inej. Again, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She's really cool. I really like her. Spoiler alert, I just got to the part where the little boat blows up and Dirks is found with a knife in his stomach. Yay, wholesome. I like all of the characters, which doesn't usually happen for me, so hooray. Anyway, I really need to go to sleep, so night night.